everybody. Welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. And remember, this show is kid-friendly, guys. So no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I'm one of your hosts, Wobble Plays, coming from wherever I am, alongside the Toronto Blue Jay Court.
Honestly, it's like straight out of like Silence of the Lambs. It's like put the lotion in the basket. Like this
like
scary stuff, man.
Do you see? I feel like I am.
Put on sunglasses
right
and
now,
you can
but
be Morpheus and be like, "Are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill?"
So my graphics card is dead, asterisk right now, and I'm waiting on a cord that is being I don't know. I'll figure out how to get it here. So I picked the backdrop because Court didn't like my drop ceiling.
If it can be found.
That other voice you hear is the man who makes house calls, Pez.
I sure do, and depending on the rate, will be what kind of service you receive.
Well,
what?
Considering you were very close friends of Waba, you're not gonna get anything from the guy.
I will say I'm currently with his graphics card. I exchanged $0.
He would somehow try and charge you for your time.
I'm gonna get an invoice.
You'd like walk away, you get an invoice and be like, "What's this for?" Well, you touched my PC while you were holding that cable.
Well, the gas that we spent going to Best Buy isn't cheap, so I need your, I need you to pay me royalties or this invoice.
Yeah. So my appearance fee is typically this rate. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. We weren't live last week, right?
Nope.
No, I was in Vancouver. Actually, sorry, I was at the airport. True story.
At the
what was your excuse, Pez?
I was landed.
I don't know. Wait, what was the date last weekend? Oh, it was our annual fundraising event.
Oh, and I didn't have a computer. I still don't. Happens. It's weird. I have spent more time not in this basement than ever. My wife's like wants to relax on the couch and watch TV, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like,
Oh man, you must be annoying her so much.
She just sends you downstairs. She's like, banished to the basement for an hour and a half.
Just go away. Just go away, you troll.
Yeah, I have you so wicked man.
I have so many things I have to add to my eBay spreadsheet. It's like really frustrating. It's 2 weeks worth of transactions.
Well,
I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I was gonna write down in a notebook. It looks like tablets of the 10 Commandments or whatever, just because there's just scrawled in angrily, and because he doesn't have a computer.
I had to take notes analog for tonight. It's horrible. Here's the thing. I have no idea how I even sound to the other folks. But if I sound like crap, it's I do. Should I be doing the podcast from
no
phone going?
Think about it. There's so many podcasts that do this way, and it's painful. But you're not bad. You know what we don't have? We don't have that stinking noise that we hear every time you talk.
We have better audio from the phone than Waba's actual stream setup.
This is an old phone. I need the little dongle that goes in to the headphone jack. So this is an old pair of headphones.
When you usually speak, you speak, but right before you speak, we hear whatever the heck is going on around you, like whatever.
As I'm returning this graphics card. Grabbing the computer. Just use my phone.
That's it.
That's crazy.
That's how card breakers do YouTube, right? All from their phone.
Yeah, and then they don't send their orders.
Ooh.
Heyo. Well,
true?
No, some. But we have a video game talk tonight. So since we haven't been here for 2 weeks, let's go over a little bit what we've been doing. Court, you've been playing, or you've been moving and grooving with a specific game.
Yes, but before I talk about Just Dance 2026, thank you. Shout out to Ubisoft providing me for a code. Actually, I'll just get into it. I understand this is the definition of annual release that's just getting a roster update. It's the definition, but there's a caveat to it. My daughter loves the living daylights out of this game. I think it's like 40 new tracks. I'd have to hold on. Let me just double check on this. It is, hey, well, look at me. 40 new tracks, including Bluey, by the way, Waba.
Stop.
Yes, yes. And then this song that I can't stand, but my daughter really, really likes, it's that but and I don't want to keep going because we'll get DMCA'd. But there's a lot of stuff. And there's also like you can get the songs from 23, 24, 25. So like what they do is almost like the opposite of a lot of video games that are annually released. They still give you all the content from the years before, as long as I'm guessing they have their licenses still, because you still got to understand that they're artists not always necessarily going to let you have that kind of stuff. Like there was a song, there used to be Britney Spears songs. Some of them are still there, but some of them aren't. So it is what it is at this point. But my daughter just loves like playing it with her friends, and I'll have to say she's gotten countless hours out of this. So it's one of those things where my recommendation for this game would be if you've got a kid who loves to dance or just loves to just goof around while playing video games, or if they're having friends over, it's the perfect game. But it's also, if you bought last year's, do you need 2026? It'd be that'd be a tough one for me, to be
Mhm.
totally honest. I think this is like an every other year edition. Like that's when you buy it, unless you want the new songs. Unless you really need, I think what's the list here? All Star by Smash Mouth, Hung Up by Madonna, Counting Stars by One Republic, Houdini by Dua Lipa, and that Apata song, and then and it says many more here. I'm just on the webpage. It's really good. I played it on the Switch. Uh, I would have to say probably the best way to play this game. You have you can use the uh, Joy Cons, and then you buy the extra set, and then you can have a bunch of people playing. So like me, my wife, and my daughter played. It's something everybody can do. It's very inclusive and very easy to play. To be totally honest, music's fun. It's not something I would sit down and play for hours and hours, but my daughter enjoys the living daylights out of this game.
I just like how they have Smash Mouth and APT and Bluey. It's like the range is crazy on these games.
Yeah,
It
they're fun.
it
Like
checks
not my cup of
every
tea.
it checks every box for Waba. Those exact three bands.
Like
Yeah,
literally, like when I was a kid, newer K-pop and the Blue Dog.
it's not a game for me, but it's definitely a game for my daughter, and that's a good thing, right? Like I'm not like, oh, that's terrible. Like I'm cool with that.
Mhm.
So what would you if you had a so do you think it's more for like do you like it more from a family perspective or is it just more like kids who
I
want to
like
burn
it.
some energy?
I like it for a family perspective. But I know that my daughter likes it for enjoyment. So it's definitely a family game. Like I'll play it. If she forces me to play, I'll play. But she really does like it, which is great.
Here we go. So another year, another Just Dance brought to you by Court.
Yeah, if you bought last year's, you don't need it though. Right now, I really don't think so.
Fair. So that's what Court's been playing. Pez, what have you
So
been
I
doing?
so I've been playing two indie games. The first is uh strangely enough, AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd 8-bit game. This is, if you can believe it, there have been 4 Angry Video Game Nerd games. 4. This is the 4th one. That is insane. So Waba, my brother and I met Retroware at PAX East. They were showing AVGN over there. They were showing another game, like Iron Out or something like that. Neon Out, I think or something like that. And then the Toxic Crusaders game, you can check over at youtube.com/3dads on a console. It's fine. It's AVGN, right? Like it's kind of silly and kind of dumb. Jay's just hit a ding dong.
Home run. Dude, what? Suck it, Blake Snell.
It's it's silly, but essentially the game is Mega Man. There are 6 bosses. They all are obviously like references to the show. And it's Mega Man. You beat the 6 bosses, and then you go to the end boss, and you fight all the bosses. And then you fight the big boss, and then you finish. So would I pay for it? Probably not. Thank you, Retroware. Was it fun? Yeah, it's actually really fun. The music is an absolute banger of a soundtrack, truly Mega Man reminiscent soundtrack, and is really, really, really good. It's hard. I mean, if you played Mega Man, like, you know the saying, "Life's not hard, Mega Man's hard." Like it's a hard game.
Back-to-back jacks, Vladdy.
No
Oh, dude,
way.
big Vladdy
Oh.
Daddy, big Vladdy Daddy, just cranking them right now over on the West Coast. He now officially, I believe, leads all Toronto Blue Jays in postseason home runs.
Dude,
with
there's
number
only been
8.
2 batters. Yes.
Yeah.
He did it with number 7. But dude, there's only been 2 batters.
Couldn't get pulled on batter 3.
Let's go.
Done for the night.
Leave Blake Snell in there for as long as he would like. So AVGN, pretty fun. Again, you like those? You like a Mega Man style game? Go get it. If you're an AVGN fan, Megacat Studio,
Sorry.
who no, it's okay. Megacat Studio, who made Russell Quest, they actually worked on a physical NES game for this game, which I think is pretty neat. Go check it out. The second game I've been playing is incredible. It is called Manor Lords. It is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and creating your own complex economy and social situations. It is so engaging. It is so incredible that you can play any way you want. It's essentially like I say to my friends, "Oh, it's feudal Sims," right? Because it's in like whatever so far back where they're like, "Oh, sorry, me lord," and they like walk around and say that in the game, and it's every time I get a good laugh out of it. But essentially, you build your city. You own like a region of a large land, depending on how you like tax your village and how you survive winters and stuff like that. Like you can get raided by the other parts of the country or the land, the other states or whatever, and you can then move out to. You can expand your empire. It's all about resource management. It's city builder and like strategy. Like how do you create all these jobs to survive the winter? How do you pay your retinue for what they've done to protect you? Like how do you do all this stuff? I bought it 2 weeks ago, and I have played 15 hours of it. Because
That's almost as much as me in NHL.
Because you can literally sit there and put it on, because there's much like I think Civ, you can skip ahead with like a fast forward button. You can put it on like 3 times while you're managing your resources and you're watching your people run around and do the thing, and it looks good. It's incredibly detailed. The one thing I don't like about it is that the developer, it's a team of 10. The developer has horrendously awful communication. Like while he was working on this pre-release, because it's in early access, he didn't like really tell anyone the status one day. He just dropped it. They'd be like, "All right, I did this big beta thing. Here are the patch notes. I have bug stuff to work on." And that was like 4 months ago, and like has been radio silent since. But if that's the worst part about it, then it's great. I really, really like it. If people are I'm not into those kind of games, and I am like sucked in. So if you have, $25 kicking around and you want to give it a shot, it's only on PC right now. It's in early access. I would say go for it. You're probably going to enjoy it.
Steam Deck, is it good for the Steam Deck, or have you not tried that yet?
I haven't tried it yet. Steam Deck, you know what I've been playing on the Steam Deck? The campaign 2.0, 1.0 for Tape to Tape. And it's very, very good.
Get back into that.
It's very, very good. Now, instead of like having one team, there are 27 preset teams, and you unlock them as you beat the campaign. And you have like the standard one. You have another one called it's called like defense, where it's your 2 guys who are like the name players. But now they have different the team. So like that team, if a defender scores a goal, everybody's +1 goes up.
Ooh.
So there are different incentives for teams. Now there are obviously the boons that make players better, but now there are some that are like cursed and like it'll take that away. Instead of picking a random upgrade for a player, let's say you can move across the path there, and there are multiple paths where like you can go to a sign that has your bench warmer on it and you can upgrade one of his skills. So not only are there better what are they called, like artifacts, but you can also upgrade them from in levels. So there's like level 1, level 2, level 3, and that upgrades the player, and now you can have bench players, and it's really good. And they've added some new teams that I won't spoil. It's great. And so again, another incredible game. So that's what I've been playing on my Steam Deck.
Oh, I need a. I'm so behind because of the computer thing. I know I can play in Steam Deck, but there's so many things I need to be like games I want to be playing and sharing with everyone.
I feel that.
But
I platinumed the game.
Sure did.
was
I
it
haven't
Hello Kitty
platinumed a
Island
game.
Adventure? Finally.
No, I haven't platinumed a game in like over a year. Hello Kitty Island. I might be reviewing that.
Let's go.
I'm not even kidding. I platinum Ghost of Yote, and then I was like so inspired by my platinum because I only was like 3 trophies away, and I just hadn't platinum a game in a really long time. But I seem to always platinum the PlayStation exclusives. I was like, all right. I went in. I was like, it didn't take me much longer. Boom, and I'm like, that dopamine hit of getting that platinum. I was like, ooh, it was pretty darn good.
There it is.
And then I went out and finished the DLC for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It was good. Yeah, it was more Indiana Jones, but I really enjoyed it. I'm still not convinced with myself as much as I like the game, and I think I gave it a 9. I really like that game. The first person view. Oh man, I didn't like it in Cyberpunk, and it would jostle me in Indiana Jones. And in fact, there's a game that is changing to third person that I kind of liked, but I hated the first person view, which is Avatar by Ubisoft. So I can't wait for that game to come out to try that. But it's good if you have the original Indiana Jones. It's really short though. That's what I'll say. Maybe wait for it to go on sale because the DLC is very short. It took me like a day and a half to finish it.
And you said the main game was like 10 hours, 20 hours?
About that.
Yeah. Okay.
10 hours. Yeah, it's a good game.
Cool.
So you might be wondering why I'm suffering through using a phone. Well, let me tell you, there has been something that has gone on in the past few days that I had to talk about to the point where I took manual notes, by candlelight. Like I was writing a letter to the front lines of the Civil War so I could bring this to you.
You're like, wife, retrieve the whale blubber. I must take another note.
Dearest community, we are here to talk about skins in Counter-Strike 2. If you haven't seen the YouTube thumbnail, please do. It's hilarious. Pez made it. Fun fact, Pez has no idea what this topic is about, and he made a thumbnail that perfectly captured it.
Yeah,
Court
fun fact.
has no yes.
Court, neither of us do, so I'm just going to mute.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready.
This is about the CS2 Counter-Strike 2 Dark Day of October in the year of our Lord 2025. Now, for the uninitiated, Counter-Strike is a game very popular worldwide, and it has these things in it called cases. Cases can be bought and sold by players. They come out for a certain time. Maybe it's a promo case during a certain event, and you don't have to open it right away. You can hold on to it. And in it are chances to win skins. For guns, you get like common ones, blue, whatever. There are red ones, which are called, I don't know, call it rare. And then there are purple, red, and then there are gold. Very low drop rate, and these are for knives and gloves. And as you know, you run faster with a knife. That's kind of like the meme or whatever. So you have to, buy keys from Valve to open up the cases. So Valve gets a cut anytime you open a case. You have to buy a key. And also, too, these cases can be sold and traded. So Valve gets a 15% cut every time that happens. when you get a skin, so again, gloves and knives are the rarest. So when you get a skin, again, you can trade it on the Valve marketplace and they get a 15% cut. You trade it for in-game like Valve currency. Is also third-party markets, which is why this became a big thing, where people are trading them. I don't know how, but they're trading them for actual money. And because this game has been going on for so long and people have been building up these inventories, and also too, the skins can vary in like, let's call it durability. So like low float. So if something has a high, a high float, that means it's like really battle worn and it's actually visually shows that it's like, rusted or dinged or whatever. Low float means that it's like pristine condition. So that also has something to do with it as well. Also guns too can have like stat trackers on it. Every time you get a kill on it, you can actually like, it shows like the number of kills you get with this knife or whatever. So it's done on third party, which means that there's actual real money to be made in this thing as soon as you hit third party. The market cap of this, so market cap is how much money is basically tied up in this worldwide, was $6 billion
That is insane
in value. So these skins cumulatively, people have been holding them forever. Low float, it's like, a flex. Some people have, like the streamer we watch, the lowest float of a certain type of gun. But when you hit one of these, the drop rate is so low and they're so rare. And like these cases, once they're gone forever. You can't just get them unless you buy them, sell them. $6 billion in value. So there's no way to get these rare items except cases, and even then you're not even guaranteed because it's so low. So that's a little bit of history around CS skins. And again, this is huge worldwide. Like there are like sub economies built around this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me bring you to October 23rd.
The date
of 2025.
October 23rd.
The darkest day in Counter-Strike history.
Dun dun.
Valve put in some spooky music here.
Okay.
It's gonna be like APT.
It's Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Valve released a update where you could now trade up items of a lesser rarity for ones of a higher. Specifically, you could trade 5 red rarity, which is, let's call it like rare, for ultra rare, which are knives and gloves. 5 reds now can get you a knife or glove, which those are the highest rarity. Within 24 hours, there was a drop from 6 billion market cap to 4.27 billion. That is a 28% drop. That's
insane.
Like so impactful. People, their value for their like maybe $400,000 in value liquidated to like maybe 14,000. Like this is like people are using this like for investments. Other sites say $3 billion in market cap was just gone in an instant for nothing. So the top items decreased by about 40 to 70% because now people can just trade in whatever, and there's literally like there's no value anymore to be holding this. But now what you're seeing is the demand for the cards for the skins that are the below the rare are now increasing. So now the market has basically turned on its head because people want to re-roll. They want to re-roll for, a chance at gloves or knives. Or it's not a chance, it's a guarantee. Like it's a guarantee. So
dang.
Basically, it's like, okay, why did this happen? So Valve basically diluted the scarcity. Those who basically use this as investments, which people effing did. Like they tied up everything in like a unregulated market, makes unregulated decision, shocked Pikachu face. But people like literally lost like life savings.
Oh yeah,
due to this.
I was reading stories of people that like would like one dude like sold his house and invested it all in CS2 skins.
This is crazy. For some people, this is like legit stock market crash level impact.
Yep.
And it just shows that digital goods are just nonsense. I mean, we saw it with NFTs, people like basically like buying and trading this stuff. And once again, another example. NFTs are unregulated. We see this with crypto. Again, I know that, Bitcoin has incredible amount of value, but like the amount of like, just chump coins and stuff like that. Yeah. It's all these people surprised that an unregulated market is just people are doing whatever. So why did Valve do this? I don't think we actually know, but here are kind of some of my thoughts. So it's basically making it so more people have a chance to get good things. When you have that, you might, see, more sales and less people just holding on to things. Also, too, they want to probably get rid of the third-party websites as well because they don't get a cut from that. I don't know how it's transacted or what they do, but basically, Valve gets a 15% cut on everything that's traded, which is huge. That's actually really big. So if $100 goes out, they take a 15% cut. And also too, it just like re-energized the marketplace. So while like the high value items went down, actually the ones right below it, value increased crazy. And now, Valve has been making $1 billion in revenue per year in cases. And that's just for case
Did you
openings.
say
Now
1
they're probably
billion?
1 billion.
Jeez.
I mean, just below it's like 960 million, but this sounded a little more impressive, just based on what I saw. So now what is happening is they are seeing a resurgence in. Again, they're making money anyway, but the fact that now they're like, oh, like we're gonna, the ones that are low rarity, people are probably gonna sell them. I don't know if they're doing third party. I don't know what, but maybe we'll see a higher spike because maybe it's not worth selling on third party for actual cash. Maybe it is worth selling for Steam credit or whatever they do. So, and that's they get a percentage off of. So, again, that's interesting to me. We always talk about like games as it comes to like physical or digital, or how it's like the licenses, and once like the license expires, like your SOL. This is literally just another example of not having something tangible or just like crazy amount of value being like attributed to something. As folks who we like sports cards and stuff like that, it's kind of the same thing where it just has this value, Pokemon cards, whatever, based on just this weird intrinsic belief. Which I'm fine with, but this in this case, there is a basically somebody calls the shots when it comes to like whether it's Pokemon cards, whether it's something else, like the market decides the value. Yes, the market decides the value, but Valve basically they determine at the end of the day like what, like do you get to keep that value? And in this case, they decided to do this, and they screwed over a lot of people. Do I care? No, because it's the same thing as buying. I don't.
You know what I like the most about that is like you were like you were like so like you sounded so like sincere and humble about it, and then you're like, do I care? No, screw these dudes. I don't give two duck bills about these people.
Again, I mean, do I feel bad? Yes. Do I care? No, because again, you're like, it's an unregulated market doing an unregulated thing. Like, you think you can just sidestep something for a while? Also, too, if you're basically holding the bag. Like, this is legit a rug pull that has taken like 10 years to get here. And I don't think anybody profits. That's like the crazy thing. It's not like, oh, like, the value and stuff like this. The market cap legit decreased by like 30%, which is like, if anything drops 30%, like if like the S&P drops 30% like overnight, like
freaking out.
So they're making a run on the effing banks. like this is I don't have a good way to like tie this in for people that aren't chronically online or employed, because it doesn't exist.
I mean, it's essentially
I would say,
it's essentially a meme coin of a, it's essentially, it's a meme coin.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if gold drops 30%. Is that the same thing? Because now it's like the value of money. Like,
brother, you see gold dropping 30%, people are going to be lining up on a bridge, ready to jump off of it.
Like, it's incredible. So again, I don't know. It is kind of depressing. Like, if you like look up clips or whatever, because people are surprised. Some people hit less than others. Other people don't care. But like, also too, like for the actual gamers. Like, some people have like very low float, like rare items, and it is kind of a flex. And now it's like, oh, cool, anyone can get this. So, I don't know. It just shows how much power Valve has, and they're basically like, you don't like it, we don't care. They're getting 50%, juice on everything. So whatever. But anyway, that's my my math-based interesting topic, or topic that I found incredibly interesting. I've been looking into it a lot, and hopefully you are all more educated on it. Do not buy digital goods unless you are, or do not buy anything that is unregulated with intrinsic market value unless you are okay with it going to zero. And that includes any sort of collectible, any sort of game items, any sort of whatever. Just have that in the back of your head. Invest in something smart, like, I don't know, like, youtube.com/the dads on a console.
I was gonna say, and if you would like to invest in something, head on over to Robinhood and look up 3DC for the 3Dads coin. Get yourself become an early adopter of the Daddy coin.
Imagine we would make like $300 off a rug pull. It would not be worth it.
It's just the
It's like
three of us putting in $100 for a meme coin. We're just gonna rug pull ourselves.
it's like ruining reputation for like literally like a Subway sandwich
Yeah, right.
or
Oh.
Timmy Timbits for the Canadians.
Ooh,
So we've just talked about
shots
something.
fired.
We've just, no, I just I don't know what the equivalent of Subway in Canada is.
Subway. Is it
Don't
Subway?
tell me it's Subway. Yeah, but it's Le Subway because Montreal.
I was gonna say, as the French say, "Les Subway,
Le
les."
Subway.
The Subway.
As the
though.
French say, les
Yeah.
incompetents.
Oh, Kevin. Oh, Kevin.
So I've just talked about just a catastrophic event. So let's go to one that is just maybe a little more catastrophic, and let's talk about Xbox's new PC console.
It's their next gen console.
Their next gen console, and it sounds like it's going to be a PC hybrid. Also, I had a great opener. I had a great segue.
Okay. hit us with it.
Okay. It sounded good in my head. Let's see if I can formulate the words. Waba, you talked about redemption, but you know who's not redeeming themselves? Xbox. What do you think? 5 out of 10.
Way better.
5 out of 10.
I like 7 out of 10. I like it.
I'm just so to let everybody understand, Xbox has pretty much announced that they're going to have another console, and now no one's denying the rumors. And one of the rumors, it's almost like a brag that you can play PlayStation games on the next Xbox console. And the reason you can do that is because you can run Steam natively on the console.
You could buy Counter-Strike skins.
It's you. Oh my god! Look at how we brought the game. So what it's basically going to be, and some of the rumors even say that the handheld will go with it, or that Rogue Ally, and Pez will talk about that after. But it's going to be a premium. So for example, here in Canada, it's going to be like $1,500-$1,600.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, think about it. That's what a PC costs.
Right.
And they're touting it's going to be, and they did this last time, the best console, the fastest, whatever. No one cared, and they all still bought PS5s instead. But they're doing the same thing, but they're saying that you can play all the games that are PC for PlayStation on Steam on your Xbox now. So they're going to have it so that it's going to be the hybrid, right? You're going to be able to play console games on it, and you're going to be able to play PC games. Or, Pez, do you think, and this is where I wanted to go with this, that the Xbox's future is just going to be all online, like whether it's PC or
Definitely. Definitely. The more that Xbox can push like a Windows machine out, the more that they're going to. And it would, much like PC gaming now, it would surprise me if there was any need for a disc, which obviously we know even in console gaming like there isn't, although some do still print them. Like no discs, like everything's online, and it'll become its own ecosystem. You could sit, with you could have your Xbox PCX downstairs. What a great name, by the way. Knowing Microsoft, Xbox PCX downstairs, connected to your internet, and all of a sudden you can maybe stream from your computer stuff down there. Like maybe it just talks in the same Microsoft language. What my biggest worry is? What would a Windows mobile look like? Because Windows is so bloated, like as a operating system, which is the complete opposite of Linux, because Linux is so clean, that it would worry me to how much bloat that Windows takes on a machine that it may have limited storage.
I'm just trying to figure out the angle, because we've got, like, heck, I guess we buried the lead. One of the things, like, Halo got announced for the PlayStation 5.
Right.
Like, they have gone full blown. There is no going back for Xbox now. So when I hear them talk and I hear they're still like, we're still going to be going in the console direction, I'm almost to the point of like, what is this console for and who's it for? Because if you're a PC player and you want to play Steam And Xbox games, you can just do that on your PC. You don't need to buy an Xbox PC. Mind you, these Rogue Ally things sold out, and people are like, mind you, the reviewers. So I'll put a caveat on a lot of the reviewers that get these large consoles or anything like that. It's almost like it's very rarely
We saw
like
them, didn't we?
the Rogue Allies.
Guys, didn't we see them at Target or whatever? Walmart?
We saw Rogue Allies, but not the Rogue Ally X, not like the big one.
Oh,
It was the base model.
But I still don't understand why that even sold out. Like, there's so many questions I have with regards to this angle and who is this for, because I just don't see PC players running out. Besides the niche people that have to have everything, I don't get this. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of games on PC too aren't made for mobile. Like, I don't want to play like Diablo with thumbsticks. I don't want to play like Civ with thumbsticks. Like, it's made for a mouse. So like, what is going on?
But I also like, if you're a PC gamer, like, whose library is built into the Windows Store, right? So like, unless you just have a spare,
You're still gonna be able to play. You're still gonna have Steam,
right?
Still have
so
Steam.
so like, why would you go spend $1,000 USD for a machine when you can spend $600 for the newest OLED Steam Deck? Go into your Steam library, have $400 left over, and essentially get the same performance. It doesn't make
Probably
sense.
just buy the PlayStation 7. Like, for me, it's, if you're a gamer, Switch 2 sold. I get the Switch 2. As a parent, Switch 2 totally makes sense. Pretty much every time like anybody reaches out to us and says, "Hey, do you want to review a game?" I'm asking for the Switch code because that's what my daughter uses.
Yeah.
I use the PS5. She uses the Switch. That's just the way it is. So I'm just wondering, who is this for? I think this is a mistake. I think what they'll do is they'll just won't make a lot of them, and they'll do the same thing they did with this Rogue Ally thing. They'll sell some right off the bat, but
Right.
I just don't know where the market is. And for me, if you're running that department, you're just like, just get out, walk away. Don't worry about it. Launch your games on PlayStation, launch all your games on PC, and just move on.
Right. And the other thing with like, it's like to kind of ask the same question as you, like, why would you make this? Right. What separates you from the Steam Deck? Nothing. What separates you from Nintendo? Nothing. You can only play Mario and Zelda on a Switch. You can play Halo on Steam. Right? You can play Master Chief Collection on Steam. So unless you are dying to play Halo Infinite, like at your grandma's house, like, you do not need to get yourself $1,000 Xbox handheld, because you can play their other games in other places. It's not like if, again, the Switch 2, or it's not like if Sony put out whatever, the Vita 2, right? But then you could play God of War on every other system available. You can't. You can only play it on PlayStation. And 2 years later, PC, if you're lucky.
Dude, you savage pitches like Clemens.
He's an
Watch
animal.
his delivery, Paz.
He's an animal.
Oh,
So
sorry.
No, it's okay. So it's much like Court said, it doesn't make sense. You don't have the bangers that are just Xbox exclusive. Like, you don't have exclusives that are now on every other machine.
At all. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
They're on every other platform. What's the point of this handheld? Unless people are out there dying for a Windows 11 operating system handheld, which would not make sense to me, because again, I think Windows is super bloated, and I worry that they would just keep forcing garbage into it.
The handheld, is there a company like making the hardware? Is it like, was it ROG or whatever?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah. So my thought, because when you were saying that, I thought, so these things, I mean, obviously, like, the R&D goes in like years ahead of time, so they probably have a contract.
Do you think the handheld will
gamers.
fit into the piece, the console?
No.
So they probably have a contract with ROG, like, to buy all the parts and like stuff like that, and ROG probably held them effing to it, because like, if they basically said like, hey, we're gonna scrap this, we're gonna take like the tax loss, they're probably like, no. Like, what else are they going to do with all this stuff?
Pez.
So instead, it was probably
Animal.
cheap. Oh,
Animal.
I bet it was cheaper to just produce this thing than it was to just sit on these parts and do nothing, or at least they'd probably take less of a loss. Because it doesn't go with like their current direction of like what they're doing, which is basically software. So I think nobody wants to put this out. They probably have prior obligations in place, or there's some math equation that basically says we're gonna. I don't think this is gonna make money, so we're probably gonna sustain a more favorable loss, rolling it out than not, because they are years too deep into this. They got smacked 3 years ago, like with all this stuff. So honestly, this thing's probably been in like dev for like at least 5. This is probably like a very long-term roadmap thing because it's not a new console. It's kind of a stopgap, and they're probably in too deep. So this is something that has to come out, not something they want to come out, and everybody's basically smiling through the pain and trying to make this a thing when honestly it probably doesn't even matter if it performs well because they've probably already written off the losses.
They don't care.
It's coming out this year, right?
It's out now.
It's already out, yeah. So it's coming out to basically offset in fiscal year 2025.
Right.
And yeah, I think that this is just it's DOA, and I think there's a lot of financial decisions behind this that are causing it to not have been scrapped. Because this does not fit the model that they're going for. Like you said, as soon as they release Halo 5 on PlayStation, that basically means we're good.
Right. Which, like, essentially, at some point, it's gonna come to PS5.
What is
Halo Infinite?
Everything is coming to PS5. I think the fact that Halo, the new Combat Evolved remastered, is coming to PS5, the door's open.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a Master Chief Collection because Xbox is going to be smart here. They need to start making some money. They're going to release every Halo on its own.
Yep.
And then make it one giant thing at the end where you can be like, you can play all the multiplayers together. They're going to release every single one of them on their own, and they're going to try and do it every year. That they'll drop another one every single year, and then they'll have a redone Halo Infinite.
Gonna wait for it to come out on PS Plus. I'm not buying that. I'll just wait for it.
Dang, get cooked, Sarah Bond, or whatever your name is, wherever you are.
Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, well, I mean, with the Steam Deck out, the Steam Deck's great. Like, what are we doing? Like,
I don't know. And like, I don't know. Again, like Xbox, you have nothing to bring to the table except a $1,000 MSRP handheld. Like,
honestly, they probably don't want it to sell, dude. Like every one that they like, I don't know.
Well, you can't.
I don't know. To me, it seems like they don't want it to sell because if you don't sell it, like you have to take it back as return. So that basically shows like
you can't.
I don't know. There's got to be some reason.
You can't find the Ally X anywhere, and I wonder if part of that is like a forced FOMO type feel, like a forced scarcity, which would not surprise me. But
yeah, except nobody wants it.
Listen, you gotta make up that Bethesda money that you are seemingly bleeding from because they can't put out anything that's been any good in the past 10 years.
It reminds me of when Sony. I remember I wanted this when I was getting a new phone, and then I looked into it. But Sony came out with a phone that was it's like a sidekick. It would flip up, and it would you'd be able to play like Crash Bandicoot on it. It was back when I think like the Vita was a thing, when like people were doing a lot of like phone gaming. Like remember like Infinity Blade and stuff like that. It was not an end. It was more recent than that. It was a PlayStation phone that didn't sell, and they basically scrapped it. Like you can basically buy PS1 games on here through like the store or whatever, which I thought would be cool. It came out when I commuted. So, oh my gosh, maybe like 12 years ago now. So yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
But like that was like the one thing that was basically nobody bought it. You didn't see anybody. Nobody talked about it. But literally, they were like in too deep. They had to roll this thing out, and then you just shuffle. Like this is gonna be that where it maybe fit the strategy 5 years ago, but it doesn't now, and you just literally have to get this thing out the door. AKA conquered the system.
Yeah, I believe it's called Concord.
Called canceled.
Do you know what I like that. That was dirty. You know
why did we use that a year ago?
I know. Oh, do you know what I used to own that I really, really liked? My Microsoft Zune. I had one and I really liked it, and I'm bummed that they got rid of it. But man, that thing was a brick. You could have thrown that at Nana and she would have turned to dust.
You You still have that? Because that thing's probably got some good resale value.
No, who knows where that thing is? This
I
was
still have
like
my old iPod.
2006. That thing
Yeah, I
is
still got my iPod.
thing is gone.
I still got my Relic. It's all my, the Land That Time Forgot on that iPod that I still listen to.
It's
Music
all
never
just
changed.
like South Park clips because like from Napster because that's what you used because that's what everyone did. It's just a bunch of
Whoa.
Simpsons season 8 one-liners and songs.
What was I remember the first two songs I downloaded from Napster. Do you guys remember yours? Like the first song?
Yeah, it was the first two things I downloaded was Limp Bizkit and the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song.
Yes.
Which, if you all know me, perfectly encapsulates me as a human being. Limp Bizkit and Stone Cold Steve Austin is the best.
That's true. Court, did you ever pirate on Napster? And if so, what was your first download?
Pretty sure it was Metallica
What's the
or
reason?
Ugh,
Core
always.
downloaded the Ride the Lightning and
Remember,
Lars Ulrich
I was
went
there when
bananas.
Napster first started. So Dashboard Confessionals, Metallica, anything, Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water, and Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP.
Yep.
Huge downloading of those two.
Yep.
Huge.
Rage Against the Machine's Battle for Los Angeles, which I think came out in 99, 2000. That was another one.
My first two were Pump Up the Jams by Tektronic because I heard it in a movie.
Hell yeah.
And the second one was the Tom Green Show theme song.
I love it, dude. Not even the bum song, but his theme song.
I can download anything. Like, this is new tech, and that's what I chose to do. Not good use of that. And then, and then Napster gave my computer, whatever it gave it, and, RIP.
Rip City. I downloaded way too many wrestling theme songs from Napster. I don't know why. Like
Fair Share.
What?
Kazaa,
dude, ruined the family computer. Downloaded the Linkin.exe file.
Remember when we had to just switch between Kazaa and LimeWire and we just go back and forth?
LimeWire.
Dude, LimeWire ruined my poor parents' computer. Just all the garbage I downloaded from that.
Yeah, but we got to burn CDs. It was great.
I think we need to end this conversation. I think you're gonna go too far.
I'm not. I know. I was talking about music, guys. Goodness.
Yeah.
No, with LimeWire you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Hey, I remember when I was. Is this? Well, anyway, there was a software.
I'm shocked.
Good, they should have.
I remember there was a hey, you can listen to any music, but it all has DRM on it. And my friend found something where you could basically drag it and take that off, and that was my. That's probably why they went out of business. Those were the days, and now we have Spotify, and honestly, that's probably better.
My just last thing on this, my favorite PSA is when they have you see like a USB going into like an outlet, and some guy's like, "You wouldn't download a house, would you?" And it's like, "Don't download music." I was like, dude, get this out. Yes, I would download a house, bro. Have you seen housing prices? Yes, I would.
You would download a car. What time is it? Because I'm streaming. I'm doing this from my phone.
Time to wrap it up if you'd like, baby.
All right. Any final thoughts for the folks?
Go Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. Oh, and the Boston Bruins, just because they won a game doesn't mean they don't stink, because they stink.
Go Blue Jays and go Bruins tank. Let's go.
Yeah, Tank Nation, baby.
Tank Nation. Woo! Gavin McKenna. Let's go. Let's do this.
Or did you see that defenseman, Urhoff?
I don't want to turn away from a forward. It's like the Bruins.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You don't that if you're only getting Gavin McKinnon if you get number one. Whatever if you get number two. And
how many penalty minutes does he have?
I don't care. Do you know the Boston Bruins again are the heaviest team, biggest team in the NHL? And
of course
it doesn't matter.
Of course they are. Of course. Because Don Sweeney plays in 1925 and not 2025.
True. My final thought, saw the Gabby movie. Go see the Gabby movie. It slaps if your kid is a fan of the show. Hell yeah. Folks, if you had fun, please make sure to check us out at YouTube.com/3dads and a console. We can watch us live every Wednesday-ish. And also maybe on Pez's channel too, ?
Correct.
Yes,
On
on
the-
Pez's
on the-
Twitch channel.
on the Twitch.
On the purple app. Also check us out at 3dadsconsole.com. Also, probably more stuff coming up soon when my graphics card is fixed or whatever. And aside from that, yeah, that's all we got. Thank you for joining me from the wherever the hell I am. I feel like Kevin Weeks, just popping in different places.
Beautiful.
All right, folks. See you next time. And yeah, go Blue Jays. Question.